Getting in more news coming in, let's go straight to that. Well, the cheetahs are right now as we speak flying over Bhopal. They're headed to Gwalior, remember. The expected time of arrival is 7:46 a.m. That's the touchdown time. Cheetahs going to be landing in Gwalior shortly in special flight from Namibia to land in Gwalior. Indian Air Force helicopters to take the cheetahs to the Kuno National Park, where the Prime Minister is going to be releasing them in the wild. Hemendra has more details, and then Hemendra talked to us a little about the Prime Minister's movements so far. He, of course, is going to be releasing them from the Kuno to the Kuno National Park and into the wild.
Well, the cheetahs, they are going to touch down in Gwalior first, and from there the Indian Air Force helicopters, they are going to bring them to the Kuno National Park. The Prime Minister also is going to touch down at Gwalior first, and from there he's going to come by a chopper to Kuno National Park, and here at around 11 o'clock, 10:35 to 11 o'clock, the Prime Minister is expected to release the cheetahs into specially made enclosures and dedicate them to the nation as part of Operation Cheetah, and it is his birthday today also, so a very special occasion for him. And here at Kuno, after releasing the cheetahs to those specially made enclosures, the Prime Minister is going to talk to cheetah friends about, they have been in fact appointed or gathered from 90 villages of Shivpuri and Sherpur districts. These cheetah friends, they have been tasked to spread awareness about the cheetah, and also tell people that they are not man-eaters, they don't attack human beings, and also to ensure that they are not hunted down. So that is part of the initiative taken by the government of Madhya Pradesh. So once the Prime Minister interacts with these cheetah friends, he's going to come down to Karawal.
Yes.
This is about 15 kilometers from that spot. He's going to fly from in a chopper from Kuno National Park, the enclosure area, to this particular spot. About 500 meters behind me is the rally spot where self-help group women are arriving, and arrangements have been made for over 1 lakh women to come to this particular place, and the Prime Minister is going to address them over here, and thereafter at around 1:30 and between 1:30 and 2 the Prime Minister is expected to leave back to Delhi. Again the same route, but also there is an exhibition over here. He's also likely to go to that exhibition spot and see what is there in the exhibition.
All right, Hemendra, be with us. Ashutosh continues to be with us also from the Gwalior Airport, and Ashutosh was telling us about the movement of the cheetahs. And Ashutosh, first of all, it's not going to be an easy job, like a report also suggested. At the end of the day, these are animals that have been translocated. It's far from easy to track them, to understand the kind of distress that they would be going through, and to see that they, in fact, ease into the situation when it comes to adjusting to their new home, so to speak, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely, Sneha. In fact, Dr. Laurie Marker, who is the Executive Director of Cheetah, from the CFF, the body in Namibia, which is executing this entire operation, have been saying that from transportation to their logistics, and that this could be probably the minor challenges, but when they reach to their final destination, where they'll have their different enclosure, and after 1 month of their quarantine, when they will have a free walk in the forest, and then from there perhaps next 3 months will be really challenging, and that's exactly why the satellite collar with those machineries have been placed in their neck. That will not only keep tracking their movements, but also tell about their physical activities, because the parameters that was chosen, that how fast they can breed, how wild they are, their predictive nature, and everything that was calculated, and that's why this breed and specific cats, including the child, the male and female number, those were decided. But as we speak now, so 26 minutes from now, the flight is likely to land right behind me at Gwalior International Airport, and also very importantly, since the flight is constantly declining, it is now flying over 30,000 feet and crossed over Bhopal. So 25 minutes from now, it will be landing, and again, as we have been saying, that how all the preparations have been clearly from here to Kuno National Park, and once they reach to Kuno National Park for another 1 month to 6 months, that will really be difficult job. In fact, the CFF, directed by, headed by Dr. Makar, have been training the staff of the Kuno National Park. In fact, she also told me in the interview that how the staff was called to Namibia, make familiar with those, the pretty cats, and then specific requirements, particularly about their training and their taking care. Those, trainings were provided to the staff of the Kuno National Park. Hence, now they are assured that since what is required to observe their movement, their health, and of course their nature, why these cats are being brought in, those will be monitored continuously, not only by the Kuno National Park staff, but also the Namibian CFF. They will also keep a close eye on their movements.
And for how long is this tracking period essentially going to be, Ashutosh? Because you're talking about radio collars. That usually is the case with the other big cats also in India, where they're monitored very closely. So my guess is that they would be tracking them for a very, very long period of time to understand how well they're adjusting, also how this rehabilitation has worked out in terms of whether they're able to hunt successfully and survive, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, for their food, there's a special cheetah. Those they have been brought into that particular area where in that enclosure they will be kept. So of course they will use their hunting skill. Subsequently, this 1 month quarantine period is of course to adaptation and acclimatize with the Indian environment. And what we know, the Namibian environment, when it comes to the temperature, it almost remains the same. It almost matches the same. Hence, it will be quite easy for them. As far as the forest and geological other factors are concerned, there could be slight difference between Namibian environment and Indian environment, particularly at Kuno National Park. Hence, this 1 month, a separate, the zone is being designed for these 8 cats. And after passing 1 month, since their all movements will be monitored very closely, then they'll have a free walk, a free zone totally. So, what is it anticipated? They will acclimatize in 1 month, and then they'll be used to of Indian environment. And once they remain healthy, then their growth and further, the nature of their hunting skill and other nature will be monitored closely. So it may not be just job of 1 month, but it may, go like, 365 days, Neha.
Be with us, Ashutosh. Coming back to you for more on that.